Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Elon Musk recently testified in a California federal court, admitting that his startup xAI partially used OpenAI's models to distill and train its AI chatbot, Grok. This revelation came during his lawsuit against OpenAI and its CEO, Sam Altman, where Musk accuses them of deviating from the company's initial nonprofit mission. Musk described distillation as a common industry practice, a method where a more powerful large model acts as a teacher to train a smaller, more efficient student model. While not inherently illegal, using a competitor's model for this purpose is seen by some as taking a shortcut, allowing newcomers like xAI to significantly cut down on research and development time and costs. The admission by Musk, as reported by Feng Huan, highlights growing tensions in the AI industry, where companies like OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic are actively trying to prevent such distillation of their proprietary model outputs, often labeling it as intellectual property theft. Despite this, Musk's testimony suggests these methods might be privately used by US AI labs, even as they publicly criticize them. Musk also shared his current view on the AI competitive landscape, placing Anthropic first, with OpenAI and Google closely following. He still views xAI as a much smaller company with only a few hundred employees compared to its larger rivals. According to Xinhuanet, U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order on May 4 to expand sanctions against the Cuban government. The order mandates the blocking of all property and interests in property within U.S. jurisdiction belonging to persons operating in key sectors of the Cuban economy, including energy, defense, metals and mining, financial services, or security, as well as any other sector determined by the Treasury Secretary. Additionally, the new measures target those who own or control, directly or indirectly, any sanctioned individual or entity. The executive order also aims to restrict Cuba's access to the global banking system by imposing secondary sanctions. It authorizes the U.S. government to penalize foreign financial institutions that conduct or facilitate significant transactions for or on behalf of anyone with ties to the Cuban government. This move reflects the U.S.'s long-standing policy of maintaining sanctions against Cuba for over 60 years, with a comprehensive trade embargo officially in place since February 1962, which has been periodically adjusted. NPR reports that a panel of judges in Louisiana has issued a ruling that effectively ends national access to the abortion pill mifepristone when prescribed through telemedicine. This decision means that, for the time being, patients across the United States can no longer receive mifepristone through virtual consultations and mail delivery, a method that had significantly expanded access to the medication. Mifepristone is a key component of medication abortion. The court's action takes immediate effect, and while the phrase, "for now," suggests the possibility of further legal challenges or appeals, this ruling will have a substantial impact on abortion access nationwide. UPI reports that South Korea's Financial Supervisory Service, FSS, has reportedly decided to suspend Lotte Card's business operations for 4.5 months. The decision comes in response to a data breach that compromised the personal information of nearly 3 million customers last year. In addition to the suspension, the financial watchdog is said to have finalized a disciplinary measure that includes a $3.4 million penalty for the company and a reprimand warning for its former CEO, Cho Chu Jin. Lotte Card acknowledged the reports, stating that a business suspension for a hacking case would be an unprecedented level of sanction. The company plans to fully explain its position regarding the severity of the punishment during follow-up procedures, which include a final resolution by the Financial Services Commission, FSC. This follows a previous $64 million fine imposed by the Personal Information Protection Commission for the same incident. Lotte Card, which is not publicly listed, was acquired in 2019 by MBK Partners and WorryBank. UPI reports that former U.S. Rep. David Rivera, a Republican from Florida, was found guilty on Friday for secretly lobbying U.S. officials on behalf of Venezuela. Rivera and co-conspirator Esther Neufer were convicted of acting as unregistered foreign agents for the Nicolas Maduro regime, attempting to ease U.S. sanctions against the South American nation. The jury also found Rivera guilty of conspiring to commit money laundering and tax evasion following a 5-week trial. During the trial, U.S. Senator Marco Rubio, a former roommate of Rivera's, testified that Rivera had approached him with a plan to remove Maduro from power, despite his alleged lobbying for Maduro. Neufer was released on bond, but Rivera will remain in jail until sentencing due to being deemed a flight risk. He faces additional foreign lobbying charges in a separate case. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.